Yo YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to another video to the channel, y'all boys. And today I'm going to give you guys some pointers, some tips on how you guys can improve your defense in FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. Hopefully by the end of this video you guys have a better understanding on how I like to defend, and it helps you guys out a lot. Right before we get into the gameplay of the video, I just want to reiterate that you guys check your controller settings and make sure you guys check out what setting you have for your right stick switching preference. Now for me, I have player relative. The reason for this is because I've tried ball relative in the past, and player relative, I cannot play defense on ball relative. Maybe you guys can, but for the most part, me and a lot of pros I've spoken to in North America, they use mainly player relative. They're more comfortable with it, and it makes sense. It's more responsive, and whenever you're switching where your right stick, whenever you're pointing at the direction you want to switch to, it literally goes to that direction. While ball relative is just way too complicated, and it speaks for itself. It switches to where the ball is, so it's very weird. But I highly recommend you guys use player relative. Maybe you guys are one of that small percentage that likes ball relative. Go ahead and test it out in Rivals or Champs playoffs and tell me and let me know which one you guys prefer. But that being said, also another thing I want to reiterate is the camera settings. I do believe camera settings you guys should be using is the co-op camera angle. I know a lot of pros are using it. For me, when I switched to the co-op camera angle, I don't know if it was last FIFA or 2 FIFAs ago. No, it was 2 FIFAs ago. It improved my defense a lot because you get a wider, bigger view of the whole pitch. So it just automatically improves your defense because you know where your players are at the exact moment. But also, that being said, I recommend you guys use my custom tactics, if not some variation of a 4-3-2-1, because a lot of pros are using it. It's a very meta and OP formation in this FIFA, especially on next gen. Now, maybe you guys are using your own custom tactics and you guys have no issue with it and you guys want to keep using it. That's fine by me, but just keep an open mind whenever you ever want to switch your tactics. I do believe 4-3-2-1 is the best one you guys should be using for this FIFA. With that being said, let's get into some Elite Division Rivals gameplay. Alright guys, so you guys see in our screen we are in Elite Division with a 772 skill rating. I do want to say that when it comes to playing defense in FIFA 23 and any FIFA in general, Ultimate Team, there's 3 buttons or 3 things you have to keep on the back of your mind whenever you're defending. And those 3 things are the right analog stick, the LB button if you're on Xbox, if not PlayStation L1. I don't know about PC if you guys use a controller or keyboard, but for console is LB or L1. And your D-pad, specifically the down button on your D-pad. I will explain why in a second. But right analog stick, LB/L1, and down on the D-pad. Just make sure you guys are mainly using those 3 buttons when it comes to defending. So as you guys can see here, we are attacking. Excuse me, I throw up a dumbass LBY, but I lose the ball and I automatically set up the offside trap, as you guys just saw. Let's go ahead and rewind that real quick, 10 seconds. And it's very important you guys are using the offside trap whenever you're defending, whenever your opponent is behind the half point of the field, because what it does is it ups your depth and it puts pressure on your opponent whenever they want to attack. So now my depth, it's kind of high. They're not sitting back in the box. They're nice and high, aggressive, and then right there, the right stick player switching to Diego right on time. So whenever I'm defending, I like to classify myself as a very aggressive defender. What that means is that I like to press my opponent manually, not just using the team press option on the D-pad. I don't think that necessarily means you're a great defender. I think that's just the game defending for you. Today we're here to talk about how to improve yourself defensively manually. Now, when this guy is attacking, I could have set the offside trap by either side, not to, because he was literally about to pull up to the halfway line, and that would have put myself in a bad position. Now, what I do right here is I switch to my right back. As you guys see, we have Dembele coming behind, and then we have Llorente, center mid. He's guarding the inside pass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press with my fullback, and then we win the ball. You know, it's very important that you guys press manually very, very heavy. And as you guys can see right there, it leads to a goal. Defense wins games, guys. Just like that, we get a goal in the 11th minute of the game. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another instance of what to do defensively. Now, here we go in the 14th minute. Here, as you guys can see my controller input. This is all that I'm doing. So right now, I'm just tracking the run from Mbappe. And I know he wants to look for that inside pass. Because Renato's being covered. He could go all the way back, which means he will be himself in a non-threat position. So what I do, I switch to Mende here manually with the right stick. As you guys see right here, right analog stick. And there we go. We recover the ball just like that. Very important you guys use your right analog stick when it comes to defending. I set a rule, 80% defending with the right analog stick, 20% with the LB/L1 button. That's just my rule that I use. Also, another thing we're going to be talking in today's video is the second man press, aka holding RB on your controller or R1 on the PlayStation. This is one of the most broken defensive mechanics that FIFA EA has introduced in next gen gameplay. It automatically double teams the closest person with the ball, and it's very OP. As you guys can see, we're defending with Llorente right here. I'm sending a second man press with Dembele to put more pressure on this guy using Perisic. Shout out to my homie Nando. That's one of my homies. We're playing against him. But he's just moving the ball. I'm constantly switching with the high line. I see he has Perisic. He wants to give it to Mbappe. We switch to the right back. You see that little bit of space, guys? You always want to put pressure on your attacker or your opponent if you see the space is minimal, because the chance of them reacting to a normal pass or reacting to where they can get passed to is very minimal. He passes to Mbappe. Nobody here is open. Perisic is he sent Perisic on a run, which means Llorente is going to be marking him. And then nobody's around to help out Mbappe. So what does that mean? We right stick switch. We right stick switch with the right back. Put some pressure and recover the ball, guys. Like I said before, right stick. Let me go ahead and replay that real quick, because it's very important that you guys use your right stick when it comes to manual pressing. So I'm on Llorente, and look at my right analog stick, as you guys can see right here. Bang. Automatically switches to the fullback, because that's exactly who I wanted to switch to. My fullback. That's why I like player relative a lot. And then we automatically recover the ball right there. Here we go with another instance of defending. LBYs, in my personal opinion, are really bad this year, but whenever you're defending and you have this is one instance when you have a really high line, it's kind of a gamble, but if you're confident defending and you get better at it, like myself, here's what you're gonna do. You're going to switch to the guy making the run. As you guys can see, the guy that's making the run, a lot of people in FIFA like to play LBYs or L1 R1s this year, but LBYs are kind of trash this year, but people still want to do it because it works here and there. So what I do, I press the RB button or R1 on PlayStation to second man press. That's going to put Van Dijk to pressure this man's Cantona. And what is that going to do? That's going to either force a turnover, or it's going to force him to put a misplaced pass on the LBY. So what I do, I switch to my right back, and we automatically recover the ball just like that, because we put our opponent in a position to either lose the ball right there or to misplace a pass, as you guys are going to see. Right analog stick switching once again, guys. I'm going to reiterate. You guys have to master the right analog player switching. That's going to get you player better defensively just that easily. Now here we go in the 33rd minute. We lost the ball right here. You see offside trap automatically setting it up. So my defensive high line is already in the midfield. You want to put pressure on your opponent manually, guys. So your opponent can overthink on his passes. He gets claustrophobic. He doesn't know what to do when he's playing out the back. But like I said before, we're just constantly putting manual pressure. This is not team press. This is constant pressure with our right stick switching. So just like I said before, just like I said before, guys, let me go ahead and replay that real quick. Just like I said before, your second man press in FIFA Ultimate Team is broken as fuck, aka the RB button or the R1 button. So he has the ball with Cantona. We switch to Van Dijk, and then we automatically switch to this side. Why? Because Mbappe is in a dangerous position. He's gonna easily outpace Diego. So we're gonna switch to this side to guard the LBY. And then while we do that, we second man press. So what does that mean? We second man press with Van Dijk. He doesn't have any options here. He can't pass to Mbappe because we are clearly guarding that pass. He can go backwards, and if he goes backwards, that's fine because he's not going to be in a dangerous position. So he's going to try to LBY to Cristiano Ronaldo, backdoor right here. But like I said before, LBYs don't really work this year in FIFA if you're put under pressure. Automatically hits Van Dijk. That's a turnover right there, guys. So like I said, I know I said earlier in today's video, there's 3 buttons you want to mainly be focused on. But I lied. It's 4. The LB button, the RB button, right analog stick, and down on the D-pad. Those 4 things are going to make you a better defender really, really quickly. So here we go. 9th minute, excuse me. It's looking like a 2v2. We're kind of outnumbered. He goes short to Cristiano Ronaldo. And this is an easy turnover. Because, let me go ahead and show you guys the whole play. So, this was, I read that pass. You guys, look. You guys saw me read that pass with Mendy, right? Look at this game. Look how bad this game is, guys. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm switching. I player switch to Mendy. I read the pass, and Mendy just sits there and looks and doesn't do anything. Like, what? What are we doing here? But, like I said before, guys, I right stick player switch to this IE. I see, I don't know who this player is making a run. So, what do? I back off to guard that LBY, and I second man press with Llorente. Second man press, bang. We're putting pressure on the opponent. So it forces them to go back. Now we have a better chance of defending it. It's a 4v3. And here, like I said before, it's a 4v3. We're going to manually switch to Van Dijk. And then we're going to second man press, because as soon as he turned, he's obviously looking for Mbappe, but he does not have time to put that pass in between Desai and Van Dijk. So we second man press. You want a second man press, guys, a lot of the time in FIFA. You never want a second man press when your opponent is inside the box or near the line. You never second man press in here. This area right here, guys, where I'm pointing my mouse, you never second man press. But with that being said, we second man press, we get the ball easily. Just like that, yeah, boys. Alright, guys, 80th minute, we're still up 1-0. I don't know what the hell my team was doing here. Our placement is dog shit, but you see how I backed off with Van Dijk a little bit there, so he didn't get the LBY, but he has Rafael out right now. He's trying to find somebody. He could hit Mbappe, but if you try to hit Mbappe, that's an easy interception, in my opinion, from Van Dijk. So what are we going to do? We're going to second man press and manual press once we see he doesn't give that pass out to Mbappe. Once you see somebody's hesitant, guys, with the passing, then you can manually press. And that's also when I do the second man press, because look, he tries to turn with Leao. Like I said, there's no left stick movement. You cannot left stick in this game with these type of players. And then we get the easy interception with Van Dijk, and then we control the game from here on out. But yeah, guys, that's basically the main pointers I wanted to give to you guys in today's video. Right stick analog player switching, number 1. Number 2, second man press with your RB and R1 button. Player switching with your LB button, knowing when to do it. That is low. Usually with LB player switching, you do that when they're near your box, because it's LB player switching or L1 player switching when somebody's really close to you, like really close to you. Your right stick is when you want to switch, like for, you know, great amounts of the pitch, you know, when they're far away. But for LB or L1 is when they're really close to you. And then down on the D-pad, yeah, boys. So you guys use those 4 things to master your right stick player switching, then that is going to be, and that's going to help you out to become a better defender overall, in my personal opinion. I think those is what is needed. Alright guys, so that's going to be today's video on how to improve defensively a lot. So like I said before, there's 4 main things you want to use whenever you're defending a FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. It's your right stick player switching, your LB/L1 button, whether you're on Xbox or PS, your second man press button, which is your RB/R1 button, and then down on the D-pad to activate the offside trap. Like I said before, we're not talking about team press right here. We're not talking about the game defending for you. We're talking about manual defending. As you guys can see, I'm gonna let it look. Look at that, guys. We put a pressure on our opponent with the offside trap, and our line was so high up that our opponent did not know what to do in that instance. So that's why it's very important you guys are activating the offside trap whenever your opponent is building up the play from the back, you know? And look at that, another manual press leading up to a pen right here. We ended up winning this game 2-0. But yeah, guys, that's basically all I got for you guys today when it comes to defending. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are more confident with your defending in FIFA or your offense in FIFA. Personally, for me, I think I'm balanced. I'm pretty solid when it comes to both. But if I were to choose either one or two that I'm better at best, it's probably defense. Because I feel like offense, you can play very simple. You don't got to be too crazy with the skill moves. Just know the basics. But with the defense, man, you have your defensive IQ and you lock up your opponent and you prevent the bullshit in FIFA, which is the rake. I think that's going to help you out a lot, man. I think that's really going to help you out a lot in FIFA these days. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of this video. If you guys want to see an offensive tutorial. And with that being said, it's been your boy Danfifa. God bless, and I'm out. Bye-bye.